spectacular activity awaits.
The first round. Let's go meet our rivals.
Hey, if it's just the three of us, I should be taking the lead.
Too late. I called dibs.
Okay, so okay, never mind. car driver. Round one. The Pack versus the Night Stalkers. Game on.
What's up, tourists? Time for you to step away. The festival is ours now.
Say what?
Oh boy, here comes the trash talk. Okay guys, it's just the three of us here, and we're facing the first of our new opponents, the Night Stalkers. Woo, badass name.
Yeah, it's not gonna do him much good against us. Hey, you hear me, Fiat Punto? You're gonna get your ass handed to you.
Flying, Shago. Gotta let our driving do the talking. Let's smoke these guys.
You got it, sister. What's up with all the cat fever?
I don't know. It's a Motorfest thing. Right now, cat's the word. I love cats.
Of course you do.
You're driving my car's older sister tonight, the Mazda RX-7 Turbo 2, the second generation of the RX-7.
10th anniversary edition.
That's right. This very model is extra special. It's the monochromatic crystal white edition, celebrating 10 years of RX-7 goodness. Only 1,500 of these babies were made.
At the time for Mazda, this was the definitive statement about what a sports car can and should be. These turns are sharp.
You gotta drift through these, Shingo.
You drift psycho. We're back at the shopping mall, which means only a few turns left. Don't give these fur balls any ground, you guys.
Way ahead of you.
Okay, that's one batch of roasted cats. Bring in the next one.
Well done. The one and only Pack's taking the lead.
Is this what we're doing now? You guys talk and I... All right, that's cool. I'm nothing if not adaptable. round. The pack versus the quick whiskers.
Japanese racers are quite the deal. Try not to disappoint. Ooh, the quick whiskers in person on our frequency. Well, take a head start, kitty cat. You're gonna need it.
Some impressive machines these guys are driving. Gets my motor running.
That's the spirit. Let's take these jokers down. Looks like we're going out of the city for a bit. Everybody all right?
Can't say my Evo X liked it much, but all good.
Yeah. The Motorfest is clearly cranking things up, without any regard for our paintwork.
If that's too much for you people, feel free to wait on the sidelines and watch.
Eve's winning team, just say so.
Kids these days.
That section's nasty.
Yeah, it's a miracle none of us ended up in a tree.
Come on, guys, this is the last section. Neon-lit city streets, just the way we like them. No question, we're winning this.
Not gonna question this. You should be ready for anything with that Toyota GR86. Lightweight, with a naturally aspirated engine, responsiveness and agility. A Toyota GR at the upper limit of performance.
A car that's right up your alley.
Excellent job, my friend. That second victory clearly sends a message.
Any comment from the cats on the radio? Yeah, didn't think so.
Two wins in a row. This deserves a nice little fun break. I'm waiting for you next to the airport. Come join me. I've got a nice Evo 6 for you to try.
Right. But isn't it my job to say this kind of... recalibrating? Okay, your friend is waiting for you. You know what to do. Knowing that girl, I'm pretty sure you can guess what she has in mind, Drifter.
great in these street fights so far, which is not much of a surprise. I mean, what were these cats thinking coming after us? Anyway, we're taking a break, so let's step away from the street rivalry for a moment and have some quality drift time. Our playground, the airport. Your car, Drift Queen Lancer Evo 6. Yep, no time for shilly-shally. We've been through quite a lot together, and I have nothing to teach you anymore, so just have fun. Got you a nice little track for this. Basic but technical. I told you last time that drifting was born in Japan, but I didn't tell you who ignited the spark. Well, two names, Takahashi and Tsuchiya, respectively named the father of drifting and the Drift King, no less. To others back then, oversteering was a mistake to correct. But to these guys, it became a special technique to carry more speed through the corners and have fun doing so. They're my role models. I could talk about them for hours. Point is, drifting exists thanks to these two racers. Come on, Asheria, you can score more points than that. It again! I'm telling you people, we got the next drift sensation in the making here.
In this time? All right, back to normal. So?
Hey, number 6.
Come on.
Ready for the next round? It's gonna be me, you, and Toji versus some other street racer wannabes. And I'm taking the lead this time. Don't worry, he's not really leading anything. He just says stuff. Try to humor him. What was that? Nothing. Lead the way, boss. All right then, let's go.
All right, another one of my scripts down the drain. Recalibrating. This is it, driver. You're facing yet another team of street rivals, the Clawblades. Wow, these ones sound mean.
Japan, you guys are ready to lose in your own playlist?
Bite me, Hello Kitty! Can you believe these jackasses? They kind of remind me of some...
Japan, you guys are ready to lose in your own playlist?
Bite me, Hello Kitty! Can you believe these jackasses? They kind of remind me of someone. Anyway, guys, I advise you get in the zone stat. The path is gonna get real technical real fast, and you're not facing Abarths anymore. Copy that, knuckle down. Good, friend? We got you yet another car from the JDM Golden Era. The most forward-thinking car in the world back then. The Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Or simply, GTO in Japan.
Good evening, Japan. You guys are ready to lose in your own playlist?
Bite me, Hello Kitty! Can you believe these jackasses? They kind of remind me of someone. Anyway, guys, I advise you get in the zone stat. The path is gonna get...
Bye.